won't take your rubbish away these days unless it's gift wrap. This is a wrong number. I don't know anyone who phones this early. Oh, hello. How are you? No, I'm fine. I've been up all night, the filling's come out, and I'm overdrawn. Apart from that, how are you? And I know how old you are, Ellen. 36. What? Oh, yeah, so it is. Well, I'm allowed to forget your birthday now we're divorced. Yes, you are old enough to be Lady Diana's mother. You'd have had to have been quickish off the mark, but... Well, you can blame me for most things, and I know you do. But it's not my fault you're 37. Truly, you'd have got there by now anyway. But you didn't want children. I mean, look on the bright side. It made our divorce so much easier. But Ellen, can you explain to me why my ex-wife is phoning me at 7:30 in the morning to blame me for us not having children? I mean, I know you like making me feel bad, but couldn't you at least keep to office hours? Well, I couldn't sleep, you know. I got thinking of things: death, disease, human suffering, Keith Joseph. Got thoroughly depressed and sat up all night listening to music. I know I'm a miserable, moaning little sod. I was being miserable in the privacy of my own home. Well, it will be my own home when I've paid you your half. Oh, look, for God's sake, Ellen, that's not... Now, look, Ellen, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, you're a pain in the arse. Happy birthday. Mr. Denzil!
Look, I don't like having to bang the wall.
No.
I mean, I like music myself. The wife and I never miss a Saturday concert, or Baker's Dozen, and we don't want to be difficult. But when it comes to the ride of the Valkyries at 3:30 in the morning, we have to draw the line.
I'm terribly sorry. It won't happen again.
Yeah, she told me not to, in case it upset you. We stuck it all through the Marriage of Figaro and Beethoven's Fifth. We had words when you got going on the Valkyries, but when you started on Tosca, that really was the last straw.
Yes, Puccini's not up to Mozart, I agree.
Look, it's not funny, Mr. Rofe. I've got to go to work now, be on me toes, and I'm knackered before I start. All because of you. I mean, we try and be good neighbours. Yeah. The wife takes the spiders out of your bath. And I swallowed half a gallon of 4-Star doing that siphon for you that time you ran out. And I mended that bit of fence that's on your side. Yeah. And this is how you repay me. It's like living next door to the Philharmonic Orchestra's night shift.
I'm really dreadfully sorry. It won't happen again.
Yeah, well, I should hope not. I reckon me, the wife, and Joan Sutherland are all due for a bit of a rest.
Yes.
Yes. Well, there we are then. Enough said. I don't want to be a bad neighbour, God knows. No. But I have to draw the line.
Of course you do. I'm really terribly sorry. It won't happen again.
Right.
I
shouldn't bother putting the rubbish out if I was you.
Why not?
They're on strike. Toodle-pip.
Nothing like getting the day off to a good start.
Bit selfish, though, wasn't it? All night.
Well, it's not that bad. I just forgot they sleep downstairs now, ever since they converted into flats. See, he doesn't mention that. 5 months of living next door to a building site. Then Mr. Bernazzi moves in upstairs. He plays Indian restaurant music all hours of the day. I was only having my go. God, I'm knackered. Drank half a bottle of brandy as well. Then my wife phoned to blame me for making her a childless geriatric.
How old is she?
37. You'd think they'd send her a pension book and a walking frame. Morning, Nappy. Why have you got your full dress uniform on? Good God, you smell like an Estee Lauder sample box.
It's a head office day.
Ah, Hawkins come in, is he?
No, Mr. Blanchard.
Blanchard himself? Good Lord. Security been tightened, has it? All leave been cancelled?
Is Blanchard really coming?
Yeah.
How does one address Blanchard? Your Grace? Your Eminence?
Well, I shouldn't think you all have to.
No, it's true. Oh, the mighty never come near my office. Oh, I'm tired.
You did a bit of work last week.
Yes, I wondered if we could knock all those jokes off now. I was extremely lazy, and I did the least possible work. I now do a reasonable amount.
Well, I'll leave you to get on with it then.
Thank you. God, what has he done? Marinated his suit in aftershave?
It is powerful.
My word, Napoli looks smart, doesn't it?
Yes.
Smells like a Turkish knocking shop, but he looks good. Is there any chance of a coffee, Ruth, at all?
Yes, of course. I'll get one.
Oh, that's my girl. Thank God there's no undue feminism up this end. Down Jenkins' end, you ask a secretary for a cup of coffee, you're halfway to a public flogging from the Equal Opportunities Commission. You did a bit of work last week, I couldn't have known.
Oh, well...
No. A little pile of pale pink forms in current evaluator's in tray. That's Roth, I thought. Insignificant, anemic, and dog-eared. Good God, what's the matter with you? You look dreadful.
Well, I had a bit of a rough night.
Rough night? You've got a face like a dish of tripe. Not ill, are you? I mean, physically.
Oh, no.
Well, it's probably all that work. I mean, suddenly doing a day's work after all this time. You used to work, you know, at the very beginning. You showed such promise then. Such promise. And you've delivered so little. I always think of you as the Neville Chamberlain of Armour Life. You remember all those interviews you went through for this job?
Oh, yes.
Yes. We went through a long and careful process before making the wrong decision. You do know it's head office day today?
Yeah.
I got a meeting in a minute with that arrogant article, Blanchard. I always feel I ought to drop on one knee and kiss his ring. Sure, he expects it. He's bringing a whole retinue of whiz kids with him this time, so we've all got to be on the qui-vive. Ah, you're an angel, Ruth. Well, I must be off. Mustn't keep his lordship waiting.
I brought you a black one.
Oh, thanks, Ruth. I need it.
Well, you did quite a bit of work last week.
Mr. Philip Roth.
Yes.
Ben Gaskell, Head Office, Personnel. How do you do?
How do you do?
Ruth Spencer.
Yes.
How do you do, Ruth?
How do you do?
I very much admire the way you manage your department.
Oh, thank you.
Your temporary hold priority preference filing system is a great improvement.
Oh, good.
I wonder, would you excuse us for a moment? I'd like a word with Mr. Roth.
Yes, of course.
This office is dreadful. Shouldn't have to work under these conditions.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Oh.
Now then, I dare say you're wondering why I'm here.
Yes.
Well, as you know, it is our policy to promote wherever possible from within the company.
Mm-hmm.
And with this in mind, the performance and efficiency of our personnel is under constant review.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think you'll agree with me that it's very difficult for us to assess the nature and quality of your work if you don't do any. You see, claims analysis is not, in our view, a stagnant backwater. Most incumbents have treated it as a springboard. You seem to be thinking of it more as a lilo. You see, steady, progressive movement throughout the company is essential from a personnel career satisfaction standpoint. There are people above and below you, and you're rather hindering free movement. In short, you're a blockage. And I'm the man from Dino Rod. We regard this office nationwide as the first rung of a ladder that goes up a very, very long way. I mean, Mr. Blanchard himself started here, and if his own opinion of himself is anything to go by, he's now within a rung or two of the Archangel Gabriel. Now, this is where I come in, Mr. Roth. I want to alarm you. There are, as you know, a great many people unemployed at the moment, and you appear to be one of them. The only difference being that we're paying you instead of the Department of Health and Social Security. Now, before I go any further, I'd just like to clear up one point. You're not alcoholic, are you?
Not at all.
Had you been, we would have sponsored your treatment.
That's most kind.
Not at all. It's part of our policy.
I'll bear it in mind should the occasion arise.
Now, this is what we call the unofficial pre-warning warning, and is deemed not to have taken place. And thus I speak frankly.
Indeed you do.
In the absence of a marked application to attitude improvement, it will be followed by an official warning and ultimately dismissal. This pre-warning warning is our policy to promote company spirit, loyalty, goodwill. We bear you no ill will. But if you don't extract the old digit, you'll shortly be joining Maggie's millions. Well, it's been very nice meeting you. I'll see something is done about your office.
Thank you.
What was that about?
He's the personnel hitman. He just wanted to explain something to me about my job here.
Oh?
Like he'd like me to do it.
Aha. Will you be coming to the Nag's Head for lunch?
No. No, I don't think I'll be able to face lunch. Oh, I'm so tired. No. I think I'll stay in at lunchtime, do some work, get ahead.
Right. See you later.
Well, here we are.
Well, a damn good lunch, wasn't it, Gaskell? Damn good.
Excellent. All right, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, he must have just popped out for a moment. Oh, Napoli. Napoli, come here a tick, will you? Napoli, I'd like you to meet Mr. Blanchard.
How do you do, sir?
Mr. Gaskell, personnel.
Tony Napoli, claims analysis.
Yes.
Ben Gaskell. Very pleased to meet you, Tony. You run a tight ship. Nice work on that fan belt warehouse adjustment.
Thank you.
Mr. Gaskell's worried about Roth's record, Napoli.
Yes.
Yes, but I've been frank. Roth's record, Roth's performance in the past has disappointed us somewhat, but of late he's really buckled down, and he's become a very hard-working member of the team. What have I done? What awful crime have I perpetrated to deserve this? Were you mistreated as a child by someone who looks like me? Is that it? Is this a personal vendetta?
I am sorry. What happened?
I was sticking up for you. What a hard-working fellow our Roth has become. And there you are, like Rip Van Winkle in need of the kiss of life.
I am sorry. You see, Ruth was going to wake me.
Wake you? Wake you? What do you mean, wake you? This is an office. A place of, please excuse my language, work. This isn't a dormitory. You're not in an intercity sleeper. We don't pay you to come in here and get your head down.
You see, I was very tired.
You know, I think I gathered that.
You see, I'd been up all night, the chap next door playing music, you know.
Well, couldn't you bang on the wall or something?
Well, I did, but he just carried on. He's very selfish, and so I thought I'd have a nap at lunchtime, and Ruth was a bit late back.
But stretched out like that. I mean to say, it's difficult enough to get Blanchard to see anybody at the best of times. He's in a perfectly foul mood. Never got over not being invited to the wedding. I filled him up with claret and Remy Martin, managed to get him to agree to come and see you on sight, as it were, and there's this pasty-faced dosser stretched out on the floor. I mean, you humiliated me. What sort of outfit do they think I'm running with members of the staff stretched out on the floor, dead asleep in the middle of the day? Oh, God, I can't bear to remember it. You're an absolute Burke. There's no escaping it. I've got to say it, Napoli, you look delicious, but you smell like a crate of air freshener.
I say, I'm not keeping you up, am I?
No.
Well, I just wondered if you wanted anything. Hot water bottle, bed socks, storybook.
Yes. Yeah, just a bit wider.
Oh.
Yes, you've got one at the back, lower left.
What, a cavity?
No, a tooth. Tell me, who did all that bridge work in your mouth? Thomas Telford? Brunel?
Look, with the very greatest of respect, one thing I can do without is a comedy dentist. Do you think you could just tell me whether you can do anything straight, or should I just buy lots of Fair-Ex and gum hardener?
Okay, let's face the situation. Have a good wash out. If teeth are the furniture of the mouth, it definitely looks as though you've had the bailiffs in. Nonetheless, there are still significant outposts of original dentition, bits of teeth sprinkled about the mouth. I think we'll be able to synthesize a full horseshoe of teeth, top and bottom.
Jolly good.
In the meantime, I want to show you a major breakthrough in dental technology.
Uh-huh.
We call it a toothbrush. Used in conjunction with dental floss and fluoride toothpaste, your teeth should last you a lifetime.
Look.
I know. I don't know why I'm being rude to you. People like you help pay for my yacht.
How much of it will I be buying?
It depends how the price of gold fluctuates during the course of treatment. I mean, it won't be cheap. Finance problem.
Well, I'm overdrawn and I owe my ex-wife thousands. I don't really see that a set of choppers will make very much difference.
Well, it's up to you. If you look after your teeth and your bridge work, you'll keep them. If you don't, you'll lose them.
You're telling me frankly?
Yes, I am. Right. Let's have a look at that filling.
How's it working out, coming in the evenings?
Well, it suits me, obviously. Does it inconvenience you at all?
Not at the moment, not at all. Gerald, that's the chap I live with, is in hound cooping.
Pardon?
It's in Sweden. They have a macrame festival. And I'm left, with a lot of time that I would normally have to apportion as part of my commitment to him. It's useful in another way, actually, because, as you know, things haven't been entirely good for me just lately. I'm glad Gerald doesn't have to suffer it.
Yes.
It's very important for me to realize that the coincidence of bad things happening to me does not amount to a conspiracy.
No.
So, there we are. How's your day been?
Well, on the whole, appalling. No, it really has.
Tell me.
Well, it started with my wife trying to make me feel guilty.
This is one of your things, isn't it?
What?
In the time that you've been coming to see me, you have blamed your feelings of guilt on your wife, your parents, your teachers, your Uncle Bernard. About the only person to have escaped so far is the midwife who assisted at your birth. And doubtless she'll be served up next week. Well, all right, let's accept that your wife is as black as you paint her. Unlikely though that is, what happened next?
Man next door complained about me playing music all night.
Had you been playing music all night?
Yes.
You antisocial sod. How selfish. Well, what's the next dreadful trick the world's played on you?
The boss came in when I was asleep in the office.
Asleep?
Yes, he was very upset about that.
Well, wouldn't you be? If you were paying somebody and they slept in your time, why were you asleep?
Well, you see, I'd been up all night.
Well, why were you up all night?
Well, I got very depressed, so I sat up listening to music, got very tired, fell asleep at work and upset the boss.
This is like the old lady that swallowed the fly. This job you've got is the one where you don't do any work, isn't it?
Well, I do now.
Well, how did you get it? I mean, it must be a good job.
Well,
you can afford me and a divorce. I mean, how did you get it if you don't work?
well, they promote from within, and it was down to me and Napley, really. Well, I mean, Miss Binns and Peebles with the stammer, but, well, Miss Binns was wearing 40 quid's worth of Bravingtons and a loose frock, so she was a non-starter. Poor old Peebles, who was the loveliest man, went into a paralysis of nerves at the interview and, as far as I know, never spoke again. And Napley's education was against him.
What was wrong with his education?
He didn't have one. I think he's got an O-level in religious knowledge and woodwork. I mean, what does that prepare you for? Building an ark, I suppose.
Still, you were the successful applicant. Why can't you regard that as the significant thing? I mean, if you had said last night, I'm depressed, I'll sleep it off and work tomorrow, your day would have been fine, wouldn't it? I know that doesn't deal with the wife thing. Well, all right. Wives can be difficult. But I know Gerald can be irksome at times. But there's no doubt that you are in grave danger of becoming a spineless little whinger, if you aren't already. I speak frankly.
It's a great day for it. I'm sorry I was rude. Happy birthday. The worst day of my life. Nothing has gone right. No, meeting you was the second worst day of my life. Oh, our marriage wasn't so bad. Once we'd learned to take the rough with the rough. I must say, it definitely took a turn for the worse from my point of view when you started sleeping with other men. No, I'm just going to have a bath and go straight to bed. I want to be fresh tomorrow. Another day like today would just about finish me. Okay, sure. And sorry again. Okay, bye. And I expect this will be the bailiffs. Mr. Denzil.
It's about the music last night.
I'm terribly sorry. It won't happen again.
No. I've come to apologise. I mean, the wife's been at me. I mean, you've never done it before. And you was very good when we had a conversion done, and that went on for 4 months.
5.
And I know you've had, an upset. What with the wife going and all. It was 4 months, actually. Well, by the way, they're not on strike anymore. It's over.
Oh.
So you're stuck with the rubbish for a week. That's my fault.
Oh, well.
No, I was only ratty because, well, we're going to be up late tonight. Well, all night, I gather. So I wanted to sleep last night, like.
I'm terribly sorry.
And it won't happen again. Yes, okay, Mr. Rowe. No hard feelings?
None at all. Why are you going to be up all night tonight?
Oh, aren't you coming? Mr. Benazzi's having an engagement party upstairs. Toodle pip.